Right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Where are we? We are in Santa Pola. That first footage you just saw, that is not here. That is, where was that? That was Abania. We've actually been, when we left Mojaca, we actually went back up to Sachs to catch up with our friend Simon for a couple of days, just to see the improvements thus far on his apartment. It's coming along very nicely. And then we decided to take a bit of a cross-country route to get down to Santa Pola, back on the coast. That, actually, by the way, the coast versus Sachs, it's only half an hour inland. It's like half the temperature. It was like 8 when we was in Sachs, and now we're back up to 16s on the coast. Thank God. I woke up the other morning to frost on the ground. That was not much fun. But yeah, sorry, that opening footage, the drone footage, Abania, we were just driving along and we saw the monument, the statue. So we thought we would take a detour to find out what it was and get some footage. And obviously you've got that amazing graffitied street art staircase that leads up to it. So that was Abania. But anyway, we're in Santa Pola. Park up is okay, nothing special, but it will serve its purpose for a day or two. As always, the biggest local car park always has a market at some point during the week, and we stumbled across it again, as we did when we was in, where was we, Los Alcázares, and a bit of a nothing market really, but we had a quick wander. I think the most unique thing was the man selling fresh orange and lemon juice, which was quite a unique stall stand, mobile dispenser. But anyway, yeah, we're in Santa Pola. It was recommended. It's got a huge marina, I believe, a nice promenade, good beaches. Have to find out if they're dog friendly for Mr. Koa. But we're going to have a wander. We're currently in this amazing little park. I mean, you can probably see over my shoulder. It's just lined with palm trees everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. So we're having a walk here. There's no dog park in this park, but we're going to another bigger park, which name eludes me at the moment, which does apparently have a dog park in it, so Mr. Koa can stretch his legs. But yeah, we're just going to have a wander, see what we can find, and check out Santa Pola. I mean, is this potentially a place to live in the future? Who knows? Time will tell. So let's crack on and have a wander around Santa Pola. One other thing before we do get going, for those of you that know, obviously I did have a Lark Mark II wireless microphone. Had problems with stereo and mono. The instruction manual was wrong, and then the charging case where you put the receiver and the two microphones, the middle slot for the microphone actually stopped working. It wasn't functioning. Switched the microphone to the other charging slot, it was working, so it was obviously definitely a charging slot, so that went back. I just had enough of that, and I've upgraded now. If you can see just here, we've gone for the DJI Mic Mini, so fingers crossed this will be better. I hope this comes out in stereo. It's the first time I'm using it, so let's see. But yeah, with the sending back of the Lark, Hollyland Lark, Mark II microphone, and getting the DJI Mic Mini, it was like 20 euros difference. So here we go, let's see. Anyway, shut up Rich, let's go for a little mooch around Santa Pola. We just swung by the main market square. They've got a lot of these towns, villages have a big indoor market with beautiful fresh meat and vegetables and fruits, etc. Obviously Koa's never allowed inside them, so we didn't go in, but it's just nice to see the buildings because they're all very different, from town to village to city. Nice little terrace forecourt area out the front, where you can sit and have a coffee, etc. But we are looking for the big park where the doggy park is, so that Koa can stretch his legs. Yay, we found the doggy park. I mean, it's not big. Have a little spin around. Koa's off behind me over there somewhere, having a little sniff. There was another dog here that's just left. But I mean, it's nice they provide these areas, but they're always super basic. Never very nice flooring. It's always quite coarse gravel and big stones or rocks. And most owners just let their dogs basically shit and never pick it up. I mean, there's a huge park here, which of course if we was in the UK, I think in most circumstances they'd probably be able to run freely as long as they're, you know, well behaved, trained, etc. But it's just never normally accepted in Spain. I mean, I believe that the law is that all dogs should be on a lead 100% of the time, no matter where they are, unless you're in a dog park. I mean, of course it doesn't happen, you know, you're out in the campo or something like that in the forest, then, you know, people let them off to run. It's a dog, it's got to get some exercise. But, you know, these areas are nice, but yeah, they could be kept a lot cleaner. Anyway, Koa will do what he needs to do. He can stretch his legs for half an hour and then we'll move on. My phone has just died. I think I need a new phone. The battery just isn't holding a charge. I mean, it is a good, probably 6 years old. So this afternoon we might be on the hunt online for the new phone. I'm thinking of getting a rugged phone. So if anyone's got any suggestions, comments below. I'm looking at, I believe it's called Doogee, and oh my God, what's the other one? Alcatel, I think, do one. And also Fozzybot. In fact, some of the manufacturers that do power stations also do rugged phones and normal phones, which I didn't realise until a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, we'll do a bit of research. It's got to be 5G. I mean, there's some great offers on 4G, but 5G is the way to go, I guess. Or is that like electric cars? Everyone thought that was the way to go, and it's probably not. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Let's have a play with Koa, and we'll catch up again later on once we mooch probably along the promenade and round by the marina. Right, we're heading down to the marina. Looking forward to this part, but I have to say, so far, really impressed. I mean, oh, barking dog. We do like to get the growling barking dogs, don't we? Koa's always a good boy, well, mainly a good boy. Anyway. Santa Pola, very cosmopolitan. Does seem a little bit more upmarket than quite a few of the villages and towns I've been to so far. I was talking to an English guy and he said that a lot of Spanish people have holiday homes here. Certainly a lot of people from up in Madrid come down here in the summer months for their holidays. Some beautiful palm tree lined streets. I mean, it's really pleasant to walk around. Everyone seems very polite and conscious of each other. The drivers actually stop at zebra crossings, or they have thus far, which is good. But all of that said, it is a little bit more expensive. You know, for the basics, food, drink, a beer, a coffee, a little tostada or something like that, and of course that is also reflected in the property prices. And I guess also because, yes, we're on the coast, but also that much closer to Alicante. Although there's still not a train connection here. So it would be buses or driving. Anyway, initial thoughts, it's nice. It's what I was expecting, it's what I was advised, what I was told. I believe the marina is very large, so interested to see that, and the seafront promenade area, which we're coming to right now. So let's have a look at Santa Pola promenade, marina, beaches, and also the vista. I'm not too sure what we can see across the water. I've just stopped on a roundabout here. Obviously in a bay, it's just more of the Spanish mainland as it bends and twists up the coast. But anyway, let's head into the marina. It's a cracker. It's absolutely lovely. As you can see, we're down to t-shirts now. I wish I had my shorts on as well, to be honest with you. But anyway, we will survive. think we need to find a little cafe for a little beer and maybe a bit of tapas or something. It's mid-afternoon now, not too sure, 2-3 o'clock, something like that. But no, what a promenade. Really beautiful, quiet, but it's Monday afternoon. People are at work, it's not tourist season. The marina is huge, probably the biggest, I think, marina I've seen outside of a city, you know, like Alicante or Barcelona, etc. Some beautiful yachts, some nice boats. Again, immaculately kept. So that's one thing that I really do notice about Santa Pola, is just how beautiful it is and how well maintained the streets, the buildings, everywhere is, the pavement's super clean. Anyway, let's see if we can find this bar, grab that beer, and think about where we're going next. Because we've got to hang in the local area for a couple of days because, you guessed it, I've got another Amazon delivery. Good old Amazon lockers. What would we do without them when we're on the road? They are amazing. Right, beer. Good morning. And what a beautiful morning it is. I think you can probably see the professor over my shoulder here. Beautiful park up. Not actually too sure we're meant to be there. However, all of the pay stations, the machines, are covered over. And it's not just one, it's every single machine. Trust me, I've checked. So it's paid parking normally, I guess, in the summer, obviously. But now it's free. And there's cars everywhere. Not so many motorhomes in this part. They do tend to be a little bit further out of town. But I'm like, there's nothing that says that I can see that I can't park here. So I think it's a question of risk it for a biscuit. What's the worst that can happen? Someone's going to tell me to move, I'll come back and there'll be a parking ticket. But it's official parking where you don't have to pay. So I don't see how I can get a ticket. And there's 100% no sign that says I shouldn't be here. Is that Mr. Koa? Hey. Oh, no, he's just jumped down. It's hello. Hey, hello, Mr. Koa. He's too busy looking for his next admirer and who might come and say hello to him. You little monkey. Anyway, where are we? We are in Pensacola. A big jump from obviously what you've just seen in the last few minutes. And that's because we've taken a bit of time off, because we were catching up and meeting lots of friends that we met last year when we was in the Doctor. We've spent some more days in Oaxaca. Don't tell anybody, but we have visited Benidorm and spent a few nights in Benidorm. And I've actually been back to Ibiza as well. I had an appointment that I had to keep with my Hesteria. So we took a ferry back. We was there for literally 36 hours. We went over Thursday night, got in at 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. My appointment was at midday on the Friday, and the ferry back was 12:30 on Saturday. We did catch up with our neighbours, which was super nice. But you know what? I didn't get any feeling of, oh my God, I used to live here. Like, didn't bother me at all. So I 100% know that I've done the right thing leaving Ibiza. It's just obviously finding now the next place to call home. But hey, as we've said, we're in no rush. Rush. God, I can't talk. It's the Benidorm effect, I think. So we're going to have a walk around Pensacola. It looks lovely. There's a couple on YouTube that I follow that I know used to live here. I'm sure I'm not going to do it justice because I'm just here for a few hours. But we're going to have a wander. We'll get some footage. So far, it looks absolutely beautiful. I have to say, outside of Estepona, probably the prettiest town I've been to. But we've just got here. So first impressions are amazing. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's go and explore and see what Pensacola has to offer. Could this be our new home? I didn't realise it was going to be as big. I'm not saying that the whole of the coastline is all Pensacola. It may be broken down into like little pueblos, villages, suburbs, whatever you want to call them. But just looking down the coastline, it goes a long way. Now I'm not going to go that way because it does look like that's more the residential areas. Of course I would need to check those out, but I just want to stick to, I guess, what I think will be the heart of the town. Whether I'm in the right direction or not, who knows? Probably not. I normally get it wrong. I can see a big fortress slash castle up on the hills. That's what we're going to head for, which I assume will be the old town, and we're at a lower level, which must be the newer town, the new town. Anyway, so far, really impressed. Okay, first negative strike. I've just popped into the tourist office just to ask the question if koa was allowed on the beach, because there are doggies on the beach. But I always like to check because I don't want to be the one that gets a fine for, letting him on the beach, because I believe it's about 300 euros. And the answer is no. No beaches in Pensacola officially allow dogs on the beach, which is a real shame. Because that obviously is super important. If we're going to live somewhere, there's got to be the option out of season. I get it in high season, but out of season, there's got to be an option for him to go on the beach and have a run and a play. So yeah, that's a real shame. But these beaches are absolutely stunning. Just check these out. So being a newbie in town, I don't know the best way to get up and into the castle, the fortress. I don't even know what it is yet. So we're currently, I'm going to spin you around, we're currently walking along, and as I look at these views as well. Absolutely beautiful. But we're walking along like this wall, if I pan up, at the base of the castle walls. So I'm not sure where this is going. There is some steps where these people are going up there, so I guess we can double back on ourselves. But we'll just go to the end here. It might not go anywhere, but it's just beautiful. And again, you really get to see the size of this place. Let me go left to right. So, you've got the hill in the distance, which obviously is residential, I would assume. And then the coast and the bay just keeps on giving all the way round. And then at the far end, if you can see it on the camera, there's a huge hill, mountain, looks a bit almost volcanic. But yeah, absolutely stunning here. Yes, I kind of thought it was. It's a dead end, it just goes down to the sea. There's a lovely gateway just behind me here, if I get my head out the way. But then the little track, the walkway, the wall, the path just stops. But we need to get up into the castle, so we need to head back this way. I'll tell you what though, I guess it's because we are going further north. We're heading towards Barcelona. Oh, it's gone very dark, never mind. Let's try, so koa in the other hand, does that make it any better? Probably not. Anyway, yes, most of the time so far we've been, Costa Blanca, Costa del Sol, south of Valencia. Now we're heading up towards Barcelona. The ferry, by the way, we came back into Valencia. So now we're heading north. The plan to go up now over the next 10 days to the French Alps and hopefully catch up with our friend Simon in Les Deux Alpes for some skiing. So really excited for that. But anyway, I have noticed, to get back to the point of the drop in temperature. Now, obviously it is just a chillier day, full stop. We're about 12, 13 today. But when you're in the shade, you really notice it far more. Sorry, it's gone really dark. You really notice it far more than when you're in the sun than I did in other locations, if that makes sense. So the shade is far cooler. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? But anyway, it is what it is. It's cold in the shade. It's still nice and warm in the sun. That's the point. So we're in the old town. Again, it's beautiful, hilly, beautiful. We're working our way up to the castle. I already know we're not going to be allowed to go in. We just passed some beautiful gardens, no dogs allowed. I understand it, and it's going to be the same for the castle, but we'll slowly make our way up and just have a look around the old town. Sorry, out of breath because it is pretty steep, but it's absolutely beautiful. My God, I just cannot get over the beauty of this place. I think it's blown every other town or village I've been to in Spain out of the water. Anyone that's been to Pensacola, drop in the comments your thoughts, but Jesus, it's beautiful. It's got life, it's got the architecture, it's got the history, it's got the castle, it's got, you know, like the modern town. Dogs aren't allowed on the beaches. That's not good. I'm sure we could find one. I have no idea how much it is to live around here. That would be interesting to go and have a look in a couple of estate agent windows. But wow, I'm so impressed with Pensacola. It is beautiful. Oh, I don't really know where to go next. We haven't quite got to the castle yet. We'll do that now. As close as we can get anyway. I don't think we can get much closer than probably we have been, but we'll try, see if we can sneak in a back door. But yeah, I mean, like the cafes, you know, right on the edge underneath the castle, looking out across the sea. It's just so picturesque, absolutely stunning. I'm almost a little bit speechless. I really wasn't expecting it to be as pretty as it was. A lot of people have said it's beautiful, but oh, they underrated it. It's absolutely marvellous. It is, however, on the wrong part of the coastline, ideally. But hey, we have to make sacrifices, eh? I need to do a lot more exploring around here. Maybe not this time, maybe not this visit, because I don't really have the time, because I'm on a deadline to get up to the Alps. Well, not a deadline, but I want to get up there before the half term starts so I can get a good parking spot, basically. So I've got 10 days, plenty of time. It's like 18-hour drive, let's say, in the van, so plenty of time. But I don't want to rush, you know, a couple of hours each day, so that's the plan. Anyway, yeah, stunning. Let's keep going. Good morning. Hat, gloves, frost on the floor. What's that song? What a difference a day makes. I can't even pronounce where we are. I'll pop it on the screen. But we have moved inland and up into the hills, let's say, from Pensacola. And yeah, boy, does it make a difference to the temperature. I think we got down to, I mean, it's not super cold. I think we got down to about -2 last night. We're probably around about there at the moment, to be honest with you. There's a crisp frost on the floor. I mean, the landscape looks absolutely beautiful. And I think I've said many times, I would prefer this, you know, a beautiful blue sky you can see in the background here, but crisp. It's got a real bite in the air. But this is much better than pouring with rain, basically, because wet dogs and vans are not good, in my experience. But anyway, so where we stayed last night, a beautiful free air, all the services, including electric. I mean, thank you to this village for these facilities. And, you know, again, I walked into the town last night, or to the village last night, nothing open, nothing here. There's not a supermarket. There's a little coffee shop, but that was closed. I think I saw one restaurant and a Caixa Bank, and that was it. And yet they have this amazing motorhome air facility, 16 places in total. When I arrived, I think maybe 5 or 6 were used. Now there's probably about 10 at a guess. So there's still plenty of space. And again, that in itself is such a difference to, you know, when you go to these free facilities in the bigger towns, the bigger cities, closer to the coast, further south, you know, going down towards Valencia, Malaga. You know, it's like a bum fight to be the first one there to get your plug in the electric socket. Whereas here, you know, I guess because of the temperature, the snowbirds all want to run to the sun. So up in the hills where it's that much colder, you've got a lot more chance. Oh, that sun is beautiful. You've got a lot more chance of being able to, you know, plug into an electrical hookup. It's sunrise, obviously. The sun has just come over above the trees, and you can really feel the warmth of the sun already. You can probably see the, can you see the, I don't know if you can see the steam of my breath. But yeah, so all the services, great little park up, and slight change of plan, because we are heading for Les Deux Alpes, where our friend Simon is. But I spoke to him yesterday and he said the air is full. And he said it looks like, and again this goes back to what I was just saying, a lot of these places where they offer free services, you end up with people that basically are permanent travellers, shall we say, and they don't move on, they just live there. Now that's not the case in Les Deux Alpes, because you do have to pay, I believe it's 18 euros a day plus 350 for electric. But if you're a season air and you've got a van, that's still a cheap way to get yourself based in the Alps, rather than paying for, you know, hotels, bed and breakfast, etc. So yeah, Simon's thought is that maybe a few of them are permanently there, just by their setups. I've not seen it, I've not got pictures, but anyway, that plan might change in terms of going up there or not, because I want to make sure I do have hookup, just for security. Not that I need it, but just for security. When it gets cold, you know, tank heaters on, heating on in the van, etc. I don't want to just rely on my batteries until I get them upgraded in the summer. So for now, when I'm in cold climates, I will look to be on an electrical hookup. Anyway, so the plan has changed, I was saying, waffling again as always, and sorry, let's see if you can get this. This is Koa, look. I don't know if that came out or not. He was just doing zoomies around the frozen field, but obviously because we're facing into the sun, you might not have seen it. He's off again. Hold on, let me just get down here. Oh, he's going off into the sunset. Koa! Right, have another look now. Come here. See, and also these park ups where you can just open the door, you're in these beautiful fields, and he can just run. They're the best. Oh, back in the sunshine. So, get back to the plan, Rich. We're now going, you crazy boy, we're now going to visit friends in Andorra. We're only 2 hours 50 away from Andorra, so we're going to go and visit them. Again, there is a park up and air, 18 euros a day including everything, 5 minutes from where they live, and then we can jump on a bus, or I don't know, 5-minute drive, probably a 15-20 minute walk up into, they live in Arensal in Andorra, so we're heading there today. I think it's going to be a beautiful drive. And then yeah, we'll probably only spend 1, maybe 2 days in Andorra, and then head out. So we're going to go into Andorra from the Spanish side, obviously, and then head out the French side of Andorra, so that we can obviously head up towards Les Deux Alpes if that indeed does continue to be the plan. If not, we also have a friend in Chamonix, so maybe Chamonix is on the cards as well, before we then head across country towards and into Italy and over to the Dolomites, which friends are on holiday on the 8th of March. So there's another timestamp that we've got to get over to the Dolomites for. Anyway, my hand is freezing holding this camera. I do have, as I said, gloves on, but they're not very thick. So I'm going to put you down. We're going to have a shower, do services on the van, and hit the road and make our way up to Andorra. Oh, good morning, out of breath. I know you can see on camera how steep this little track path is behind me. I'll spin you around the other way, have a look at this, see if this helps with the perspective of how steep it is. It's steep. I'm puffing. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're in Andorra, I think I said that, and we're out for a walk in the mountains. You would think we're in a ski resort there'd be snow, but no, apparently there is right at the top. But it was apparently better at the start of the season. I was with friends last night in Aransal. We're down in La Massana now, which is where the air parking is. 18 euros, all services. Really nice location. So I'm still puffing. So yeah, we're walking up the mountain directly underneath the cable car. In fact, if I spin you around again, where are they? Here they come. Can you see those on the camera? I'm not sure if they came out or not on the camera, but yeah, we're walking right underneath the cable car. We're not going to the top, but it's been a while since Koa really got to stretch his legs, so we're going to carry on for, I don't know, another half an hour or so, as much as I can put up with. Koa the mountain goat is loving it. And then we're going to leave Andorra today. We came in from the Spanish side, we're going out through the French side, heading towards Toulouse before we turn right towards the Alps. Not sure where we're going to end up tonight, but anyway, we'll call it quits here. And I guess this is the end of kind of like part one of this epic road trip. We've left Spain, which is kind of like where the bulk of it has been so far. We're in Andorra. Now we're going into France and heading up to the Alps, where hopefully we'll find some proper snow and do some skiing and show Koa some proper snow, because like I say, there ain't any here. So we will say goodbye and catch you wherever we end up when we get to France. See you soon.